Have the sniffles? Feeling under the weather? Have an ache or a pain? Then generally, our first stop is the drugstore, but this luxury is only allowed to humans. It may not surprise you to learn that the rest of the species that inhabit the planet come up with some very interesting ways of self-medication. Deep in the English countryside, animal behaviorist Cindy Engel studies a new form of biology called zoopharmacognosy, or animal self-medication. Cindy's dedicated the last few years of her life into compiling all of her research into a new book.
I often have people asking me whether it's just instinct, and the answer is no. I mean, the ability to seek out a well-balanced diet is incredibly complicated, and they are adjusting it moment to moment.
Engel suggests there may be examples where humans, having studied animals self-medicating, have come across benefits ourselves in drugs or chemical uses.
Early medicine was based on observing the behavior of sick animals. It's relatively recently that we've stopped looking. Chimpanzees have already shown 6 or 7 new compounds previously unknown to science, many of which are incredibly important for human medicine.
Engel's book has received enormous interest in scientific communities across Europe and North America. She's concentrated on 3 main areas of animal self-medication. First are curative measures, whereby animals have the ability to cure contracted ailments. Second are preventative measures, whereby animals take positive action to protect themselves from illness or parasites. And lastly are avoidance measures, where animals have the knowledge or insight to avoid toxic plants and select the right food to keep themselves on a healthy diet. Cows, for instance, have certain ways of improving their self-health.
Cattle have got a special type of stomach. They have to ferment the tough, fibrous material in the grass, and fermentation requires a really carefully balanced level of acidity, and clay being alkaline will help balance acidity for the fermentation process.
And this is not an unconsidered part of the cow's ecology and behavior. Some species will travel long distances just to get to the right type of dirt.
Wildebeest in Africa are probably the best example. They'll migrate to the volcanic ash floor. It contains these essential minerals for lactation.
Observing wild animals self-medicating is something that's very rarely seen, but during Engel's research, she came across some groundbreaking video footage.
Well, this snow leopard was being treated for a bladder infection. She lives in San Francisco Zoo, and she had to go on a course of antibiotics, and antibiotics can cause nausea. All the while she was suffering from nausea, she was eating grass continuously, and when the course of antibiotics stopped, so did the grass eating.
So, in an attempt to combat the effects of this man-made antibiotic, this wild animal has resorted to self-medication by way of a good dose of grass. Whether it is buffalo eating mud to combat parasites, or primates using plants to eliminate stomach infections, animal self-medication, or zoopharmacognosy, is an area of biology that's sure to attract much more attention in years to come.